Hello gems, Leah from Red Emerald Yoga. Welcome back to my channel for today's Valentine's Day reading. Go ahead and choose a pile, either based on the stone or the card back that draws your attention. Pile 1 will be pyrite, and this is, I always forget this deck's name, the Antique Anatomy Tarot. Pile 2 will be this chevron amethyst and cute Chibi tarot. Pile 3, we have an amethyst that is coated in titanium, and that deck is going to be the Dark Mansion Tarot. For pile number 3, we have an opal and the Light Seers Tarot. And for pile number 5, we have an Aura Quartz with the Last Unicorn Tarot. So go ahead, choose your pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, or pile 5, and then jump down to the timestamp below, and I will see you in your reading. Pile 1, feel free to just stay put. We'll get right into it. Hello, pile 1. Okay, if you have selected the pyrite or the Antique Anatomy Tarot, pile 1, this reading is for you. Okay, card number 1. What is working well in your relationship? Here we have the Emperor. I love his leg being shown right here, his quadricep muscles. He looks nice and strong. To me, we've got all of this growth happening down here in his growing area. I feel like your love life is looking good. I feel like there's a lot of sexual attraction. I feel like there aren't any real problems as far as like the physical realm. Okay. Also, I feel like foundation wise, you guys are off to a good start. For card 2, what is not working? Here we have the World. I feel like at this point in your relationship, you might feel like your relationship is kind of stagnated. Like it's not progressing to the next level. I don't know if perhaps you're hoping for marriage or to move in with one another or whatever the next step would be for your situation. Like you're just kind of stuck. It's not going anywhere. Like now what? What's next? Card 3. This card represents what you want. Here we have Strength. To me, this card is all about strength and courage. I'm wondering if you're a little bit scared. Perhaps you've been hurt in the past. Maybe you don't want to be hurt. Maybe you don't want to be, I don't know, taken advantage of. I don't know. Like there's like some hesitation there, and you want to. It's not so much like faith or hope. It's kind of just like having the internal strength, like the will, knowing like, you know what, I can go through this, I can do this, and I don't need to be forceful in order to get what I want. It's like you would like to come at things with a loving approach, a softer touch. This is what the other person wants. Here we have Love Potion. I feel like you guys are pretty much a good fit. This would be like the Ace of Cups in the Rider-Waite. So this is the number 1 from the suit of elixirs. Normally the Ace of Cups is like this overflowing emotion. It's definitely a card of love for me. And here it literally says Love Potion number 1. So I feel like the other person does, maybe a little bit more so than you, does want to take it to that next step. But I feel like there's some hesitation perhaps on your part. Maybe that other person wants to know that you're fully invested just as much as they are. This card, this is an action to take to make things better. Here we have the Suit of Coins, and it's card number 9 in the reverse. So normally this is like a card of abundance. Oh, you know what? Like we really don't need anything. We're totally comfortable. We're secure. but your card is in the reverse. So I feel like this would be a card of gratitude, a card of saying thank you for whatever. I feel like this would be acknowledging what the other person does, how the other person contributes, in what way have they enriched your life, in what way have they made you feel special. This would be a card of saying thank you. This would also be I feel like this would also be owning your shortcomings, not bullshitting, not lying, not trying to sweep things under the rug or sugarcoating things. Maybe that's why yours is coming up as the strength for what you want. It might be easier said than done. Let's see what your oracle card has to say. Hydrangea. It says thankfulness for understanding. Before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. That's a quote by Emma Goldman. Trying to make it not glare. Okay, I'm going to go to the book and see what this has to say, and then I will tell you how I believe it's tying into your reading. Okay, it says, though the Victorians felt the showy hydrangea plant to be a symbol of boastful vanity, in Japan, where the flower originated, the lovely hydrangea was associated with asking for understanding for one's mistakes and being thankful for forgiveness. Today, the profuse blossoms are symbolic of heartfelt emotions, particularly gratitude. I strongly felt like this was a card of gratitude. When the blooms are cut and shared, more grow in their place. I love that. Yeah. Not holding any of that inside. Just keep cutting those gratitude blooms and letting more grow in place. Making that a way of life. The inspirational message for this card is when you forgive others, you release yourself from unnecessary suffering and make space for healing. Grant yourself the benefit of the same compassion and understanding you offer to other people. So I don't know if there's something from your past that you need to forgive, release, and let go of. Please don't think that I'm making light of your situation. I'm not. But when you hold on to things, the only person that it's harming is yourself. It starts to weigh on you and it holds you back from what could be. So if that is the case, then I think that this card is calling on you to release and let go of your past. Perhaps it's yourself that needs forgiveness. I find that that's often the hardest thing to do. Is it's a little bit easier to forgive others. Even that's challenging. But when it comes down to forgiving yourself, it's like, oh, that's hard. So yeah, I'm really drawn to where it says, grant yourself the same benefit of the same compassion and understanding you offer to other people. Maybe look at where you need to give gratitude for yourself. Like, even though things might not have always turned out in the way that you had hoped, what's the takeaway? How did things play out in the long run? I know there's been times when I really, really wanted a certain situation to work out in the way that I wanted. And it turns out, you know, in hindsight, that was actually something that needed to happen in order for myself and for those around me to be blessed with something that has exceeded our expectations. So sometimes we cling to things so tightly, and then the universe has to come in and literally like pry them away from us. Like, no, that's not what you actually want. You know, this is what you've been manifesting. This is what you've been asking for. So I'm going to pry this thing away from you in order to bless you with what you've been asking. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not just rambling to ramble. Anyway, pile one, that does conclude your reading. I hope it made sense and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Valentine's Day, and I wish you all the best. I'll see you soon, gems. Bye. Hello, pile two. If you have selected Cute Chibi Tarot or this chevron amethyst stone, this reading is for you. Okay, card number 1. What's working well in your relationship? Here we have the 2 of Cups. These people literally look like they're going out on a date. I feel like they're talking to each other. They're getting to know one another. They're really happy. I feel like this would be the budding stages of a relationship. Card 2, what's not working so well? 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm just going to say this person. So don't pay attention to genders, whatever. The tarot doesn't care about that. It's energy. So this person, this dude is taking this chick out on a date. What's not working so well? 4 of Pentacles. So I would feel like the person taking the person out on the date, the person who's going out on the date doesn't really understand this one's financial situation. So there might be a lot of like overspending, overindulging, trying to make a good impression. Okay. And this card would be suggesting that that is not sustainable. Okay. That you're going to have to be a little bit more practical, more than likely in the financial area. Okay. This card is what you want. Temperance. You want to find some balance. I'm really drawn to the cups. One of the things that I always say is that you cannot pour from an empty cup. We don't have these magical cups that never end, you know, like the star card, you know, like Aquarius, the water bearer that just like can just endlessly pour from the cup. We're not like that. We have to stop. We have to rest and recharge. We have to keep our finances in order. We have to pay our bills in order to be able to spend. So I feel like you're looking for some balance. Like, oh, I need to kind of rein this in, but maybe you don't know how to go about it. Okay. This is what the other person wants. Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. Now, don't think this is like a dig or a slight at the other person, because it's totally not. The page is like a very youthful, childlike energy, okay? And this fish is a surprise. This person likes the surprises, okay? This person, it's like all of this emotion, all of these feelings, you know, it's all new and exciting. This person likes it. And whatever you're doing, like this person's clearly enjoying it, but you've got to bring some balance, okay? This is an action to take to make things better. Page of Swords. And he's literally looking at the balance card, at the temperance card. Another page. So I feel like it's, again, like that youthful energy. I feel like it would be learning to communicate with the other person. I don't really feel like those conversations have been had yet. Like this relationship is still too young for that. You haven't had those deep conversations or real conversations yet. So I feel like this would be like kind of just like, look, you know, you don't need to spill all the beans, but just kind of like, we can't do this all the time. You know, like maybe we go to a park or a beach or, you know, somewhere where you can still hang out and have fun and do exciting things, but it doesn't cost so much money. Okay. Finding a balance. I don't know what your situation is like with this other person, but perhaps it's like in some cultures and some relationships, it's okay for the people to split the bills. I'm not going to say one way or another. If that's pertaining to you, you'll have to be the judge of that. But I do feel like it's talking about the situation, not just swiping that credit card until you're maxed out. Okay. Your card is Clematis. It says intelligence and mental beauty. I love it because the swords are the suit of the intellect. It says wisdom is the abstract of the past, but beauty is the promise of the future. That's a quote by Oliver Wendell Holmes, Sr. Let me go to the book and see how it's tying into your reading. Clematis. It says the clematis is known for its climbing habit, gently making its way up over arbors and trellises, lending a lofty beauty to the garden. It was christened the Virgin's Bower as a tribute to Queen Elizabeth I, who was taken with its enchanting fragrance. The flower came to be associated with her intelligence and mental beauty. Later, as the popularity of the clematis spread, the flower also came to emblemize worldliness. It was called traveler's joy, since the spreading vine provided shade on porches and in entranceways. The inspirational message for this card is keep your feet firmly planted on the ground with the foundation of knowledge. Expand your mind with new experiences, and your spirits will soar to new heights. Oh, I love it. I do feel like this card is all about being firmly planted on the ground. For me, that's a strong foundational card. That card reminds me of a table with 4 legs. It's very strong. It's very sturdy. I like to make homemade ramen, and so I cook the broth all day, and then I put my noodles in there just slightly undercooked, and then I let the noodles soften up in the broth. So it's very hot, and there's no way I would ever eat that ramen on a table with 3 legs, because knowing myself, I would just burn myself, or I would knock it over all over the floor, and it would just be a disaster. So I feel like this is telling you, you know, like you need a table with 4 legs for your relationship. Your relationship needs to be built on a table with 4 legs. I'm really drawn to how this is talking about, where is it? Lending a lofty beauty to the garden, having an enchanting fragrance, and also emblemizing worldliness. So I feel like this is touching kind of on what I was picking up over here on this side. And I feel like it's like having your feet firmly planted on the ground with the foundation of knowledge, like knowing what are your limits. You know, what do we want to base this relationship on? You know, can we trust each other? Is this person, you know, open to new experiences? Is this person open to, you know, like, and that very well may be in your future, you know, because the clematis climbs, gently making its way up and over arbors and trellises. It doesn't do it immediately, you know, it goes little by little. So maybe that's something that you guys do together, but you first have to establish a strong root system. So that's what I'm getting out of this. So pile 2, that does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. Thank you for hanging out with me today on Valentine's Day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now, gems. Hello, pile 3. If you have selected the Dark Mansion Tarot or this amethyst, what I believe is an amethyst coated in titanium, this reading is for you. Okay. Card number 1, what is working well in your relationship? The Empress in the reverse. Right off the bat, I'm really drawn to her hand on her belly. She appears to have everything. Her kingdom is so lush and so fertile. See, she's surrounded by love. She's in touch with her intuition. Everything is just kind of flowing. Like her life is flowing. But your card is in the reverse. The Empress is a very nurturing, very loving person. She's very beautiful. But I'm feeling that there's something off in your relationship. Perhaps in the beauty department, like maybe you or your partner is not feeling very beautiful. Maybe you're not feeling, very nurturing or motherly. This could perhaps also be pertaining to a child, either an existing child or a lack of a child, difficulty getting pregnant. What's not working in this relationship? Yeah, it's interesting that that's coming up in what's working well. I feel like everything is. Except that. Let's see. What's not working well is the Page of Wands. Pages are a childlike energy. I do feel like this could be related to a child or difficulty getting pregnant or difficulty surrounding birth. I'm really drawn to these like these hills back here, these challenges, same ones that are showing up here in the Empress card. I don't even know if I was on camera, but I am now. So I feel like this would be issues surrounding a child, lack of a child, or even somebody who is behaving like a child. I don't think it's that, but that is an option. You're not here with me, so I can't ask you a question. Card 3, what do you want? Oh my gosh, Ace of Cups. Sometimes I do see this as a birth card. I see this as like coming through. A lot of emotion, a lot of like the water breaking, and you know, like all of that I get from this card. I feel like you want a child. I don't know if there's like existing children in the relationship. I don't know if you want your own child, but definitely feel strongly that you want a child. What the other person wants. Judgment in the reverse. So normally these people are all dancing. They're celebrating this, like they're all dead, right? So they're celebrating this death. And why are they celebrating? Because they're not staying dead. They're not staying in that place of darkness. They're choosing to answer the call. They know that there's something after, okay? They're moving forward, but first they have to answer the call. If they're not just like bopped on the head by the sound of this angelic tone and then they come to life. They have to choose to stand up out of their graves and answer the call. I feel like your partner wants to move forward, okay? Wants to answer some call. Your partner sees that there's something else. But I don't feel like they feel like it's their call. Like, oh, you know, maybe they're waiting for you to make that decision, whatever that is. So I don't know if that's like exploring alternative therapies, alternative treatments, looking at alternatives. I don't know. Perhaps it's adoption. Perhaps it's, I don't know. But they're looking at something else. They're seeing an alternative. They're seeing like a possible solution. They're seeing that this is not the end, but they don't feel comfortable making that call. Like they don't want to step on your toes or crush you. They don't want to hurt you. They want it to come from you. An action to take to make things better. 2 of Pentacles. I see this as weighing your options. Exploring all the possibilities in a calm and rational way, not having a discussion when things are in the heat of the moment or when you're feeling flustered. This water, this emotion is very calm. There are some thoughts. These are some like ideas, you know, and you're like weighing your options. You're making sure you have solid footing to stand on. I feel like there's, you know, there's pros and cons and you're weighing them. You're figuring it out. I feel like this would be having a conversation, looking at what both sides have to say. This is your oracle card. It says pink rose, grace and sweetness. The pursuit of perfection, then is the pursuit of sweetness and light. That's a quote by Matthew Arnold. I'm going to go to the book and see what it has to say, and then I will tell you how I believe it is tying into your reading. There are 40,000-year-old fossil records indicating that the very first wild roses were pink ones. The first cultivated roses were also of pink color. It is known that pink roses were grown in the Chinese imperial gardens 5,000 years ago. Some of the earliest known artworks depict pink roses. During the Victorian age, dainty pink roses. Okay, so I'm just going to stop right there. I keep saying pink, so I don't know if that has anything to do with gender, but like to me, it's just kind of like sending off like little bells in my head, like maybe a girl. I don't know. I don't know if little girl means anything to you. During the Victorian age, dainty pink roses were so popular, they inspired decorative wallpaper, stationery, jewelry, and many other fashionable items. When pink roses were given or displayed, they conveyed gentle sentiments such as grace, admiration, kindness, and sweet thoughts. The inspirational message for this card is greet life with grace, even when situations are challenging. Let pink roses be a gentle reminder that in order to have sweet dreams at night, you need to get into the habit of thinking sweet thoughts each day. So I'm thinking that there is a nod, okay? I am getting a nod towards a girl, but I'm also getting a nod to just making sure that you're finding your joy in each day, making sure that you're not, please don't take this the wrong way, but like that you're not obsessing over this and you're not letting it steal the joy from your relationship. Making sure that you still show your partner gratitude and love. Making sure that you find the sweetness in life. That you find pink roses, buy pink roses, plant pink roses as a visual reminder to yourself to turn to the positive things, to show yourself grace, to show your partner grace when you find that you're having a challenging time. Get in the habit of thinking sweet thoughts each day. I love that. I will leave a link in the description for a meditation. I'm gonna write this down really quick. It's called an anchor for joy. There's also another one that you might like to do. I'll leave that in the description also. It's called, it's a gratitude meditation. I think I called it BGL. Blessings, gratitude, and love. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave those in the description. So pile 3, that does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. Thank you for choosing to hang out with me today on Valentine's Day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now, gems. Hello, pile 4. If you have selected the Light Seer's Tarot or the Opal Stone, this reading is for you. Okay, card number 1. What is working well in your relationship? Knight of Swords. Oh my gosh. This is, I don't know if this is my favorite card in this deck, but it's definitely up there. It's probably my favorite card. This guy reminds me, I don't know if you watched that show. It's kind of gory, but I used to watch, I don't watch the newer ones, but the older episodes. It reminds me of The Walking Dead. And this guy reminds me of Daryl. Daryl's a total badass. He's got his crossbow, he's got his motorcycle, and he's hauling ass. I have a crow dude, a crow friend. I call him Crow Dude. And he's like a protector. He looks out for me. I help him out when he can't open his little, whatever they're called, like oysters or clams or whatever. He'll bring them to me, and then I'll throw them against the curb, and he'll squawk, and he'll thank me. And then he'll go bring me another one, and he'll squawk and make a bunch of noise to let me know, you know, you got to help me out again. And he also returns the favor. Sometimes after surfing, I always forget, I'll leave my, it's like an organic lip balm that has sunscreen in it. I don't know, so my lips don't fry when I'm surfing. Or I'll leave my hat. I always leave it at the shower, and he'll wait for me by the shower, and he'll start squawking and making a bunch of noise, and he'll point to it like, you left your stuff. And then he'll fly to the van, and then I'll give him like a little snack. Anyways, so he's got his protector there. He's got someone, something. I feel like that's an inner voice. Maybe that's his shadow. Maybe that's somebody who does look out for him, but it's literally a crow, okay? So I feel like this is not like, it's a helper, but it's not like somebody, like a person who's helping you every day, if that makes sense. That was the whole point of that spiel. Anyways, Daryl's hauling ass. Okay, that's what's working well. Who's Daryl in your relationship? Are you Daryl? Or is the other person Daryl? Who always has to pick up the slack? Who always has to save the day? Are you both Daryl? I don't know. But what's working well is Daryl. Okay. Daryl's sometimes underappreciated. Sometimes people look at Daryl like he's an asshole. But Daryl always comes through. He's very loyal. Card 2. What is not working? Death. Okay. I'm going to draw the rest of the cards and see if that kind of gives me any insight into that. But I would see this as an ending. What's not working well in ending? Something ended. I feel like somebody is, somebody or both parties are stagnant. They're stuck and they can't move past. They're not into that rebirth. If death was in the reverse, I see that as the rebirth phase, like a new beginning. But I feel like somebody's stuck. Somebody's stuck in the past for whatever reason. Okay. And maybe that's why Daryl has to come and save the day. And because this person's stuck, this person can't come through because they're not physically here. What you want, Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so I'm thinking you're Daryl. I feel like you're drowning in this water. In the upright, I feel like the water's rising, and I always hear, in the upright, I hear Carrie Underwood's song in my head every time. But I don't hear that in this situation because your card's in the reverse. I never hear it when this card's in the reverse. In the upright, it's that whole Jesus take the wheel card. She wants somebody to help her. You know, she's drowned, like she's about to drown in these emotions, and she doesn't want to drown in these emotions. She needs help. But you're already there, okay? You're drowning in these emotions. And what do you want? You want to be able to breathe. I don't know if you have difficulty breathing, if you get tightness of breath, or if you have, I don't know if you have like difficulty sleeping, anxiety issues, panic attacks, things of that nature. But I'm strongly getting like a constricting feeling in my chest. I feel like this is overwhelming, and I feel like it's coming from the heart chakra area. I feel like you want to be able to breathe. This is what the other person wants. Here we have the 9 of Swords. I feel like this person does not want to move past this death. They're kind of stuck here in this place. To me, this looks like a bed, and this person's like up all night crying. That's a pillow. You know, there is like a glimmer of hope, but this person's not focusing on that. They're only focusing on all of these dark thoughts that are swirling around. Like those are memories. Those are woulda, coulda, shoulda. Things that they said, things that they didn't say, things that whatever ended, that person's stuck there, reliving that over and over. Yeah, I definitely feel like that's why you're Daryl. Maybe you're desperately trying to pull this person out of there, but you can't. Maybe the bird's trying to say like, oh, this person's here again. You know, you got to pull them out, and Daryl's trying and trying, but like you just can't. You can't save somebody who doesn't want to be saved. You can't help somebody who does not want help. This is an action to take to make things better. Here we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. I always say that you can't pour from an empty cup, okay? And I love how in the upright, both of these hands, both of them are putting their energy into this cup. And it's a solid, strong foundation. It's a solid, strong relationship because they're both feeding into the cups, okay? Obviously, everybody's not going to be at their best all the time. But if one person finds that like they need help, you know, the other person can take on that Daryl role and be like, oh, I got you, babe. No big deal, you know, and you guys kind of just have this energetic back exchange. You guys are always able to help each other. You're be there. Things are not always going to be perfect, but you know, they're flowing. Your partnership, you're together. In this relationship, this can take on a couple of different meanings to me. It depends on you and how you choose to look at this card. You can look at this like a breakup. You know what? This is not what I signed up for. Or like Daryl, like, you know what? I'm out. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Or you can look at this like, you know what? We're both going to pour our feelings out. We're going to talk to an outside source because we can't fix it on our own. Okay. So either like you guys go get counseling, you guys go get couples therapy, you know, and you like pour out your feelings, your emotions. You guys start learning how to talk and how to have a two-way relationship, or you sever it. Your card, your oracle card, is Hyacinth. This card says playfulness. Play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance. Joseph Chilton Pierce. I'm thinking right off the bat, what used to bring you joy as a childhood? As a child, not a childhood. What used to bring you joy as a child, and why did you stop? Is there anything from your past that you find yourself kind of in Daryl mode, running from? Are you ashamed of your past? When I read the word road, it just really brought me back to this card right here. And the road, you know, it's just like, whoa. It strongly just, I felt this Daryl energy right here. I'm going to go to the book and see what this has to say, and then I'll let you know how this ties into your reading. The hyacinth received its name and its meaning related to play from the Greek youth, Hyacinthus, the childhood companion of Apollo. According to myth, Apollo was showing Hyacinthus how to throw the discus. The wind god, Zephyrus, grew jealous and blew the discus toward Hyacinthus, hitting him in the head and killing him. From his blood grew the red hyacinth. In spite of the sad tale, to the Victorians, the flower had a positive and light-hearted meaning. Pink hyacinths are especially associated with youthful play in early springtime. This card says, take time each day for light-hearted fun. Take a break from work and simply get up and move. Go outside barefoot and feel the grass between your toes. Twirl around and let the wind take your troubles away. A playful attitude will infuse everything you do with more energy. I'm kind of feeling like you're being drained. Like this person is draining you. I don't feel like it's on purpose. I feel like this person just feels so bad, you know? So like they're just kind of sucking your life force energy. I don't think they mean to, but they're trying to feel something. And I feel like this card is having you ground yourself. It's reconnecting with the earth. It's finding your joy. It's not allowing your life force energy to be drained. Looking at things with a light attitude, playful attitude, will infuse everything you do with more energy. I'm also really drawn to, where is it? Zephyrus grew jealous and blew the discus toward Hyacinthus, hitting him in the head and killing him. And then when he's there, bleeding on the ground, the blood is what grows the red hyacinth. I feel like if you continue to stay in this relationship without seeking help, okay, that's going to kind of be the relationship. That this person will be resentful of your ability to carry on, of your ability to just be happy, and will just not like, I'm not saying this person's going to throw a discus at you and grow a flower from your blood, but it's like, it's going to be like an energetic death, you know? Eventually you might find yourself in the same situation. And through that energetic like switch of energy, that person then might be able to come out of it, but then you'll be stuck in this place. So definitely this is not a place that you want to stay. If you don't want to leave this relationship, then you need to seek expert help. You need the help of a professional. So that way you guys can together move forward, okay? And if that's not something that you're willing to do, if that's not something that the other person is willing to do, then this is just not a relationship that's going to bring you joy. So pile 4, I wish you had a better reading on Valentine's Day, but I have to honestly convey what I see in the cards. So this does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon, gems. Bye. Hello, pile 5. If you have selected the last unicorn tarot or this aura quartz, this reading is for you. Okay, card number 1. What is working well in your relationship? 3 of coins. I don't know if you work with your partner. Are you guys in business somehow? Or maybe you're, I don't know. So it was like working with other people or playing nice with other people a challenge for you, and now that's working well. I could see that. But I kind of get the feeling that you work with your partner and you also have to deal with other people or another person. And for now, things are going good. What's not working? 4 of Swords. Are you guys all work and no play? Are you overworking? I feel like 4 of Swords, I kind of feel like there's like a rest and recharge that needs to happen. Maybe a vacation. I don't know. When was your last vacation? It doesn't have to be an expensive one. It doesn't have to be a lavish one or even a far away one. It could even be like a vacation where you guys just stay at home and pamper each other. But I do feel like you guys need a rest. You guys need a break. You guys need to chill out. What do you want? The Knight of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Swords is a very inquisitive person to me. He's the Knight of Swords wants to ask a lot of questions. He wants to talk about what he's learned. He's ready to go out and charge. He wants to go, go, go. And maybe that's why you need a break. Maybe you're too much go, go, go. I feel like you're always ready for an adventure. You're always longing to know more, to learn more. You're ready to put your skills into action. I'm wondering why this is coming up for relationship. This is a relationship reading. Moving on. What the other person wants. Two of Coins. Maybe this person probably wants like some more time with you, quality time. I feel like this is the card of time management. He's over here juggling his pentacles, his real world issues, and it's like, hey, look at me, look what I can do. Look at me juggling these pentacles. I feel like this person wants some of your attention. This is an action to take to make things better. Queen of Coins. Okay, pile 5 person. The Queen of Coins, it does not matter your gender. The Queen of Coins is a very loving and nurturing person. She's very beautiful. She's very sensual. Okay, I definitely see this like, and I'm drawn to this bit, how I felt like that was time. Okay, time management, spending time with your partner. I see a big pentacle there, and to me, it looks like a bank of sand, like sand bank, but to me right now it kind of looks like a bed. And there's like this light shining on it. It's like, oh, and I feel like this sets some time aside to be romantic. The unicorn looks very beautiful, be sexy and just invite that person in. I love like this arch, and it's like, yes, I love it. And not just like, not focusing just on the physical, but also making an emotional connection along with that physical connection. Yeah. This card jumped out and wanted to be a part of your reading. Here we have the 4 of Wands. So I don't know if this card means anything to you. To me, this is like a celebration card. I usually get strong wedding vibes from this card. It doesn't have to be a wedding, but I do feel like it's a celebration. Now, I felt like there was perhaps a vacation was in order. So maybe, I don't know, like, are you guys contemplating getting married? Is there like some sort of, it doesn't even have to be like an actual marriage, but like, is there some sort of like ritual that you guys could do to kind of like consecrate, like, yes, we're taking it to this next step. Yes, we're going to go steady. Yes, we are in a committed relationship with each other. Yes, we are, like, I don't know, whatever. But I feel like there's something that this card wants to bring your attention to. Let me see what this card says. Your oracle card is Gerbera Daisy. Purity, cheerfulness, and innocence. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. I never know how to pronounce this name. I read it, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So I'm just going to say Thich Nhat Hanh. I don't know. I probably botched it, but that's my best interpretation. Let's see. Gerbera Daisy. This card says, European miners first discovered Gerbera daisies in South Africa in 1884. When botanists started breeding programs in the 19th century, Gerbera daisies became some of the most cherished flowers in the world because of the rainbow of vibrant color variations that became available. Egyptians felt the Gerbera held the meaning of closeness to nature and devotion to the sun. The Celts believed Gerbera daisies had the power to remove sorrow and stress. Gerbera daisies of all colors, especially yellow and pink, emanate lightheartedness and happiness. The white daisy holds the special meaning of purity and the innocent joy of childhood. Now, I don't know if this was a movie from your childhood, but I'm thinking there's probably a pretty good chance that it was. And I'm wondering if you perhaps need to go back and reflect on your childhood and what used to bring you joy. And is there a way that you can bring some of that joy and lightheartedness into your current relationship? The inspirational message for this card is, the child finds innocent pleasure in picking a daisy and discovers joy when she gives that flower to someone special. When you spread joy around, you will find that you have more than you started with. Yeah. So don't just keep all your focus on work and learning and, you know, maybe like, well, if it's true, if this applies to you that you are working with your partner, maybe surprising them, putting a little flower in their lunch or a little love note or, you know, something just special or just leaving a thing for them to find, you know, I don't know, just surprise them. Bring a little light and joy into the mundane, into the workday. Yeah, innocent joy, closeness to nature, and devotion to the sun. I love it. Yeah, so just really setting time. Or this could even be like, remember your vows. What did you promise to each other? What promises have you made to each other, and are you holding up on your end? That could also be the message from the Four of Wands. So pile 5, this does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out with me this Valentine's Day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now, gems.